Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Also to those that are connecting online, welcome. Apologies from a few people tonight. Kirsty, and also John and Susanna. They've got family things happening. So and also Anton's working, back but working. So let's settle into our evening with our meditation. So allowing ourselves to arriving both physically and psycho-spiritually into the here, now, this place and point of existence. Meditation is very much practicing the point of existence, being present, developing a calm, conscious awareness in the present, where life is happening from. Giving ourselves permission to suspend the need to be caught in thoughts about what has been, thoughts about what might be, and just becoming openly receptive, attentive to the present moment, this now knowing awareness, and especially by noticing and feeling each soothing, therapeutic, life-giving breath, the preciousness of each breath. And before we focus exclusively onto the breath, just relaxing awareness down into the body, this platform for experience, mindfulness of the body, feeling into our body, sitting here, feeling connected, grounded in the present through our body, noticing a few contact sensations, our feet connecting with the floor, feeling our body connecting with the chair, cushion, or meditation stool. Feeling our hands and fingers resting in our lap, sensation of hands and fingers. And also feeling the gentle movement of shoulders, chest, abdomen, belly as the body breathes. Feeling that soothing movement, the gentle rising, falling, shoulders, chest, abdomen, belly. And just allowing our body to breathe itself naturally. Maybe also feeling some degree of the air connecting with our face. And also noticing light coming in through the closed eyelids, some degree of light, a lightness, brightness, color, patterning, or just a blankness. Even looking into that through the closed eyelids. Aware of a few background sounds, but not being distracted or disturbed by them. Even noticing the silence in between certain sounds and underneath all sounds. Silence. Also not being engaged in the internal mental sight or sounds of thoughts. are perceiving the stillness between any thoughts, the silence and the spaciousness of the mind, between or behind the thoughts, allowing that inner stillness, silence, and spaciousness to become more apparent, especially by noticing and feeling each breath, directing attention, sustaining attention to feel the natural inflow, outflow of each breath. Anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing, allowing the mind to become settled, centered, calm, samatha, calm, and even collected, composed, samadhi, composure, concentration, leading to inner peace and presence. Please have some tea if you wish. Over the 12 weeks or 3 months of the Vasa retreat period, we're looking into and looking out for um, engaging, both developing and maintaining the paramita, the spiritual virtues. So over the 12-week period, learning about them, using them, and growing them in a sense, appreciating that these are our aids and allies in engaging life, engaging the realities of life, the challenges of life, the choices of life. Through using these become also like our tools that we use to help us to get through situations, and as a result helping to make life easier, reducing stress, angst, reducing the opposites of the paramita, the spiritual virtues, and over time they become part of our way of interfacing, way of being into life. So this evening we're up to number 5, already having had a look at Dana, Sila, Nekama, Panya, last week Panya, wisdom, and particularly with wisdom, appreciating it's something that we develop it by using it, and as a mindful check-in to see, okay, what I'm thinking, saying, doing, is it coming from wisdom or coming from ego-centeredness? And if it's coming from wisdom, then it's generally going to be wholesome in what we're doing and the outcome as well. If it's coming from just self-centeredness and ego, might feel good for a while, but it isn't as good as if it's coming from wisdom. And the wisdom aspect is particularly being able to see our thoughts, mental states, and speech and behaviors. Is it engaging, say, the opposite of wisdom, greed, anger, or ignorance? Or is it coming from generosity, kindness, and wisdom? And if so, then engaging. So that becomes more our default, our way of being, engaging in a wise way as we interface experience, others, life. But also what's required is Viriya. Viriya, which we can translate as energy. Energy, as I mentioned on the retreat day, that last retreat day, it's interesting that the word Viriya in Pali has to do with energy, like virility, virile. Also in Latin, the V word, viva, life. So that is a interesting etymological flow through with the word, but certainly Viriya is a very energized word, more so than say Kanti, which is patience. But Viriya. And we might then ask, okay, so why is Viriya or energy seen as a spiritual virtue, a paramita? It's a little bit different feel than say generosity or morality, um, renunciation, wisdom. Energy is sort of has a different quality to it. But obviously, this is the Buddha's list. But still, it's worth looking into and say, well, okay, well, why did the Buddha make energy, virya, a paramita, a virtue, an important quality to have? And if you think about it, a lot of the things that are worthwhile doing, they maybe initially aren't done easily. Think about child development, a child learning to walk. You know, like we take walking for granted, but the amount of energy or effort involved in a child learning to walk, huge. You know, if it really knew what it was getting into at that when it was at that baby sort of stage, go, oh, it's too much of a feat. I can't do it. It's too difficult. But you know, just the energy, the effort's there to get up, fall over, get up, try and walk, get your balance, and then achieve walking and becomes a second nature. As well as things like speaking, more so reading and writing, the challenge of reading and writing, which some people, even in adulthood, are still challenged with. But if we think about it for ourselves, a lot of the things that are worthwhile, they weren't done so easily. We needed to put in effort, and effort is underpinned with energy. So it's said that effort is energy plus intention. If it's just the intention, but no energy, then things don't get done. If there's just the energy without the proper direction, intention, even like right view perspective, then things can go wrong. So energy plus intention creates effort to be able to develop in the right way, achieve things, achieve great things, achieve outstanding things. We go back to the example of the Buddha, who for 6 years before he was the Buddha, before fully enlightened, put in great effort, great effort to practice, strenuous effort to with the motivation to realize full and final freedom, enlightenment, nirvana. And if he hadn't sustained that effort, energy plus intention, then we probably wouldn't be sitting here today. So it's because this guy put in amazing effort and over 6 years, sustained it over 6 years, and particularly right towards the end of those 6 years, even put in great effort to try various yogic practices, including fasting, to the point of almost being sick, being unwell, almost dying, to go, is this the way to enlightenment? And realizing, no, it's not. It's not. It just makes the body sick and the mind dull and confused. So therefore, um, taking some food, regaining health and energy, and then being able to develop deepen meditation, samadhi, jhana meditation, and going through the various um, watches of the night, various periods of the night, sitting meditation, into deep meditation, then coming back out of deep meditation, contemplation, reflection, to then fully realize complete spiritual enlightenment. But then the Buddha didn't think, okay, I'm fine. I'm free from samsara, free from suffering. I'm going home, back to my family and life of ease. He continued to put in great effort to go and to help others, teach countless people, support them in their spiritual practice over the next 35 years. So amazing effort that the Buddha put in. Actually, 45 years. Attained enlightenment at 35, so 45 years. And even right up to the end, when he was lying down, um, almost at the point of dying, still giving teachings to someone that asked for some teachings. So great effort. Again, back to ourselves, that we look at our own life, the things that we've achieved, they were generally done with putting in great effort. So energy plus intention to achieve things, get things done. Whether it's study, working, maintaining a household, a family, and also even practicing meditation. It takes effort to practice meditation, particularly when it's getting up in the morning, whatever time you do your meditation, to make it happen. But it's worth it because the results come in time, and that becomes a motivation to keep up the practice, as well as other things that we might be doing, such as exercise and various healthy things that are good for us, all require this effort. So it's no wonder then that energy is seen as a virtue, something important to appreciate and also to develop. Because if we don't, then the opposite is just laziness, and that really doesn't help us to grow and to move forward in our spiritual practice or our life generally. There's a lovely quote in the notes that I've sent out to do with Viriya. Quote from the Buddha saying, a single day lived with conscious intention and profound effort is of greater value than 100 years lived in lazy passivity. So a single day lived with conscious intention and profound effort is of more value than a whole life, 100 years lived in lazy passivity, which achieves maybe nothing, just another life gone by. But even in a single day, great effort can achieve significant things, even moving us through many lifetimes of just ignorance and laziness. So it comes back to putting in the practice, and also in the context of the paramita, the spiritual virtues, seeing that they all require some degree of energy. To go out of our way to put the effort in to be generous, to maintain morality, to renounce or let go things, to practice wisdom as opposed to just indulgence, and then to actually um, put in the effort to, maintain the effort, and then also to practice patience requires effort, even to maintain our integrity and honesty, and also resolve and commitment, and then engaging loving kindness, compassion, and equanimity. They all require some degree of energy effort. So again, it's no wonder that it's an important quality to have. Also, in the context of the Eightfold Path, there is the factor of samma vayama. Samma, wholesome, good, right. Vayama is the word for effort. And the Buddha spoke about the four right efforts, which in a way I see as a really quintessential practice. In a way, the whole of our practice could come down to the four right efforts, which are on the chart here. So putting in the effort, so energy plus intention, putting in the effort to, first right effort, to avoid. Avoid getting caught into thoughts, mental states, emotions, behaviors, including speech, associations, and situations that are motivated by or leading to greed, anger, ignorance. So putting in the effort to avoid getting caught into those. That takes effort. Second right effort, putting in the effort to abandon or to let go if we have got caught into a thought, mental state, emotion, behavior, association, situation motivated by or leading to greed, anger, ignorance, then putting in the effort to get out of there, drop it, even if it's distracting from that negative thought. So letting go, that takes effort. Put the phone down, step away, leave the shop, leave that place or that connection with somebody. So they're not helpful for me at the moment. And third right effort, putting in the effort to develop. So developing wholesome, healthy, good thoughts, mental states, emotions, behaviors, associations, and situations not motivated by greed, anger, ignorance, but motivated by generosity, kindness, and wisdom. So putting in the effort to develop. And then the fourth right effort, putting in the effort to maintain, to keep the good stuff going. So maintaining those wholesome, healthy thoughts, mental states, emotions, behaviors, associations, situations, motivated by generosity, kindness, wisdom, keeping it going. So in that, it's the complete practice. But again, comes back to energy and intention. Very, very important. And just for my own reflections, I've noticed that over the years, a lot of the things that I've achieved, good things, spiritual practice, it has required great effort, especially when at times one feels not so much lazy, but just fatigued. Fatigued. Being in Thailand, Thailand is a place to feel fatigued, unless you're a tourist on a lovely island. Dealing with the heat, dealing with the rain, dealing with, especially as a monk living in a forested jungle environment, dealing with forest fevers, malaria, typhus. So dealing with various other ailments and illnesses. It's like keep the effort going, especially when one's tired and worn out, fatigued and not feeling well, but put in the effort, keep going, don't give up. And it's those occasions where we do require to rouse energy. It'll be easy because no, this is a joke, I'm out of here. But no, keep the effort going. Get through. So it's worth making the effort in the long run. The time it might seem unreasonable, but in the long run, the bigger picture is like, okay, yes, glad I sustained that effort and got through. Obviously, it's important to be wise with one's energy or effort as well. So sometimes it's about pacing our energy, pacing our effort, so that you don't sort of do a sprint and then get burnt out, but more just pace, 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 and also discerning or being wise with what we put our energy or effort into. Things that are worthwhile, not things that are a waste of time and waste of energy. So quite important along those lines as well. Wise reflection with the use of our energy and effort. So for yourselves, what do you make of this particular virtue? Energy, Viriya. Is it one that you say, well, yes, I'm a very energized, motivated, energetic person, or no, I do have to sort of put in the effort to sort of get through things. Easy to be a little bit lazy, or sometimes it's, going against the flow, going against the grain. Brendan?
Yeah, John, I guess for me, it ties back to wisdom a lot. So, being aware of the benefits of putting in that effort and rousing that energy. Because you will have days where it's like, be quite nice to just lounge around at home instead of getting up and going off to a retreat or whatever. But
or mowing the lawn.
Or mowing the lawn, yeah. Yeah, doing whatever around the house or whatever, and element of laziness to that. But to say no, there's real value in making that effort and spending that time on my practice, and there are a lot of benefits. So I guess those two really go hand in hand for me. That without the wisdom, then I may not be so inclined to rouse the energy and put in that effort. So I see them. It's good that they're right next to each other.
Exactly. They work together.
Together.
Yeah. I guess also when we, as we get a bit older, then there can be less energy available, just as a natural course of the physiology and functioning of these bodies. So that that's where it can be good to put in the effort and energy when you do have it, because down the track there can be less energy available, just by virtue of the body getting older. And also that can be discomfort as well.
While you were talking earlier, I was thinking about the effort that I had to put into sitting when I was new to it, because my body wasn't used to being in that posture, and there's a lot of pain and numbness and all sorts of things that were quite difficult to push through. But now that I've been doing it for a few years, it's you still get pains and numbness and stuff, but it's easier to push through it.
So you've got older, but it's easier.
But it's easier, because you've worked through that already, and your body is more used to it, and your mind also knows what to expect, and what's a pain that's maybe something that needs attention versus a pain that is just temporary and past. So you've got wisdom because you put in the effort earlier on. So hopefully as I do get older and older, that wisdom and that earlier effort is something that continues to pay off and help with the practice later in life.
That's good. Rihanna?
I feel when you put the energy in certain things, for example, in my work, it quite often brings energy back too.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And so it's a circle. Even if you get older, it doesn't matter so much. It's then more, not so much physical energy, but also mental energy to do the things you're doing.
Yeah.
And it gets more energetic in the process sometimes.
Yes, certainly that idea that energy begets energy.
Yeah.
So by using energy and putting the energy or effort in, you get energized, and it gets easier, and also creates more sort of vitality and energy to keep going as well.
And I think also if you, in conversations with people, if you do not put energy in, it's the message is not coming across so much either. And that could feel a little bit like laziness too.
Sure.
So make sure you bring your message or also listen.
And that's where this virtue, it's not just yes, you've got energy, but also rousing energy. You're a bit tired, a bit fatigued, a bit run down, but nope. So engage the energy and put the effort in, put the energy in to actually go further than you would otherwise. And then see that it does have beneficial results, which is the same with all these virtues. It's often it's about not just that they're there and you can use them, but putting in the effort to actually develop them and grow them, especially when it's easy to not use them or use the opposite of them, but to actually grow them by making use of them.
I feel like I struggle with regulating energy. It's either like it's kind of 0 to 100. Yeah, it's easy for me to too much energy too fast, and then they kind of fall out from it. I don't know. Yeah, that's
So it seems like mindfulness and wisdom to be able to discern the situation, discern what degree of energy is required, so one doesn't get sort of too caught up and into it and use too much energy and then sort of have a lack of energy afterwards. And that's where the other virtues come in as well. So it might be patience, or it might be renunciation. Don't get caught up in this, or might be the just kindness or equanimity. Maintain equanimity. Don't get too excited or caught up in this. And obviously the wisdom important as well. When I speak to people that have been studying medicine, or in the midst of studying medicine, or doing some extra added bit, they talk about the amazing fatigue and tiredness of doing these long shifts and long hours that are really unreasonable, but they're required to do them, and to get through their particular registration or particular sort of specialties. And I'd imagine in doing so, yes, rousing, but also developing great effort.
I was thinking when you were talking, because a few of the words that sort of came to my head when you were saying energy was words like focus and resilience. And resilience sort of stuck in my mind a little bit. And I think some people think resilience means gritting your teeth and going through something hard. But to me, it means going through something hard, but coming out the other side with more energy and in an improved state of mind or body.
Yep.
And that the real key to resilience is the person you are after the hard thing, not the fact that you went through the hard thing. And so I sometimes think that just tonight I've been thinking that energy, it's sort of almost, to me, it's like a responsibility as well, because you can't contribute to your generosity and your life and your practices and your values if you don't have some of that energy for that. Yeah. And that there's actually, I like to think sometimes, because I have been through parts of my life where I've been incredibly busy and then very low on energy, but and instead of feeling like you should just be able to get up and keep going, I think that there's for me, wisdom in understanding that there is energy in repair, and that sometimes you have to dedicate energy to healing and repairing so that you can then have energy for resilience.
yeah.
And so I think it's a real balance of understanding that energy doesn't mean you have to have it high all the time. It means that you have to be responsible with where you put it.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Otherwise, just burn out.
Yeah.
And even if there has been burnout, then, as you're saying, taking the time and energy to repair, to heal. Yeah. So do give consideration to this important virtue, quality. At times it's a skill, but it's an attribute. It's in a way the essence of life. Life is energy. If there's no energy there, then that's the end of life. So life is just time and energy. So we need to look after it and use it well. So be mindful, reflective of our use of energy over the week. And next week we'll look into the next quality of patience. The important one as well. It requires energy. Have a great week and see you next time. Thank you.